All right, so I'm sitting here with Shaan. He's one of our clients, and he's currently making 5 figures. And what he does is very interesting stuff. He helps people with panic attacks and anxiety. And if you want to call it anxiety coach, something along those lines. And looking at you here, Shaan, you're a very regular guy, if I may say that condescendingly. Let's start off with Shaan. Last month, we kind of talked about this off camera already. Last month, how much did you make with our help?
Last month, I made $13,500.
Fantastic. As an anxiety coach, if you will, right?
Exactly.
That's cool. Tell us a tiny little bit more about what is it exactly that you're helping your clients with?
Sure. So this was something that I had struggled with about close to 8 years ago. And I struggled a lot. I really didn't know. There was a lot of professionals that, told me, this was something I was going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. There was only real ways to manage it. And I thought it was a life sentence. But over time, I was able to figure it out. I read up a lot about it. I learned on the latest material, the latest studies. And I found that there was actually a way if I just implemented a few things right. And so I ended up actually overcoming it, which is in itself pretty, taboo, this notion of can you even overcome something? So I always felt like I always knew this secret, almost like this cure to cancer, I would say. But I was never really interested in becoming a therapist. There was just too much bureaucracy. There was too many things I didn't like about it. And so what I always wanted to do, and this since that time till now, and probably till forever, which is I want to improve quality of life. I want to improve well-being in individuals, specifically in the domain of health, because and health being mental and physical, because as someone who struggled with it, this is something I always wish I could do. Just wasn't sure if it was possible, how I could do it, if I could make myself, if this was something I could do long-term. So yeah, that's right.
I love it. That's great. The cool thing is too, because you mentioned, the health sector and stuff like that. You have to be a little careful, if you're watching this now on YouTube. No health promises. Okay, so if you're not a doctor, you cannot promise people to heal them. But, and this is some very, very key, and I love what you're doing, is you can help people deal with it. Right? You can absolutely help people deal with anxiety, deal with stress, deal with panic attacks, etc. You're not saying, hey, I'm a psychotherapist, I'm going to heal you, or I'm going to give you medicine. But here I am, I'm a regular dude, or you're a regular dude right now. I've done this myself. I've challenged this. I've overcome that challenge myself, and I can help you deal with this a lot better. So like you said, you have a higher quality of life. And here's something that I've always wanted to ask you that we've kind of touched upon behind the camera first, or off camera first, is did you already know 100% when you started with our program that is what you wanted to do, or did we help you find it out?
So what was interesting was, if I could do anything in the world, I wish I could do this, exactly what I'm doing right now. But idealism and realism is sometimes different stuff. My biggest worry was, is this even possible? Could I even go into this domain, or is this a domain that's a little bit off limits? Even with coaching and consulting, now that it's moving towards the internet, are there certain things to stay away from? How do you navigate, like you say, with something with health while keeping within the ethics and morality of it? That's where I needed help. That's where I really wanted to know, because if I could do anything, I'd be doing what I'm doing, but where is that line? So I did need that guidance. I couldn't say confidently that this is exactly what I want to do. I want to keep doing it because, someone being new from coaching, in the coaching consulting niche, you just don't know. How would you know something like that? So, that's what you guys really helped me analyze that part.
Epic. Well, and you've made 13K in the last month. Now, obviously, you don't start out with 13K, but it's getting there after a couple of weeks. 13K a month is nice. Okay. How old are you now, by the way?
31.
So with 31 years old, you're building your own thing. You're making 13K as your own boss. That's pretty nice. I'll take that. You know what I mean? I'll take that. And that's just the beginning. Like we always say too, like the first milestone that we get our clients to is making the first 10K a month. And then from there we say, okay, now let's scale you up. Let's get you to 20K, 25K, 50K, 100K, and so on and so forth, right? Our goal is, by the way, like depending on when you watch this video to next year have the first millionaire. So one of the first millionaire client of ours that we helped from scratch. And it's not even that difficult to get there. But anyways, now, but on a side note, on a private note, what are you going to do with those 13K? Just save them up, spend them on living expense, or like what's your plan with financially?
Yeah. So really, all the money I'm making right now, I want to reinvest back in. I want to focus more on improving the service delivery, focusing more on marketing, focusing more on ads. Figuring out ways to automate it in a way where I can just focus on delivering for the client. That's my biggest thing. So everything goes around there. I will tell you this is nothing. Like 13, this is amazing. And had you told me this when I first joined the program, I would have been like, man, life is nice. But now it's okay. How far can we go? How much can we improve? So all the money is going back to the business. I don't need to live large at the moment. I'm happy to. And that's where the freedom is. It's not living large or not, it's having the choice to. And that's what's pretty amazing that I get, that I have, that I never had before.
That's true. I mean, that's what money should get you. Like money is nothing but your tool to freedom. 100% agree with you, man. The cool thing is that you said you're pouring that money back into marketing ads and also delivering better experiences to your clients. That's exactly what we're doing, right? Like I said, first milestone, get your 10K a month, and then we'll say, okay, now let's scale it. And that scaling has a lot to do with making the whole lead generation thing easier, having leads come to you. Now, Shaan, you started with manual lead generation, just like everybody else. That's what we teach. The good thing about manual lead generation, meaning getting clients manually, you don't need a big brand. You don't need a big social media. You don't need a YouTube channel whatsoever. The only thing you need is knowing the proper structure and how to get clients manually. You've executed that very, very well. And like I said, once you reach that first milestone, the next things that we're going to do with you specifically now as well, because people are asking like, what are you going to do now, is to get you into more advanced stuff, right? Meaning we're going to help you get more automated lead gen. We're going to help you get more value to your clients. So as you're scaling it up, the quality of the stuff that you're teaching your clients obviously also goes up. And at the same time, at some point, we're going to start running ads. Now, I have to say that you don't, and for people watching right now, you don't need ads for your first 10K a month at all. In fact, we have clients that make 50K and 100K a month with zero ads yet. It can all be done if you know the strategy properly. Now, Shaan, people watching this now, they're like, Shaan probably has a YouTube channel. Duh, he has a big brand. Like, how many followers do you have on Instagram right now?
500, probably 400 of my friends.
do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but it's 200. I think I just cracked 200 subscribers. It's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing I would glorify.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like people think they need a huge YouTube channel or do you have a podcast, Shaan? Can you certify you have a podcast? Exactly. None of this. It's not necessary. Again, like once you scale up to around 25K, 50K, we can start talking about that. Okay, we've had clients that we're helping building a YouTube channel from there on, but before you're not making proper money, you don't have to think about that. Shaan, really quick, did you have any prior business experience? What did you do before this?
Yeah, so before this, I was more in the technical route. I was a medical device engineering specialist, essentially, medical device integration specialist. I was helping hospitals set up their technology systems, essentially.
So it has nothing to do with business or what you're doing now, basically.
Nothing. Nothing with sales, nothing with marketing. I'm brand new to this. I mean, I'm very technically oriented, and I came in with absolutely no knowledge. I don't think I'd ever had a sales call. I'd never been in sales. I didn't really understand marketing. These were things that just I knew I didn't have that coming in. So
amazing. And Do you, this is something that I always love when people come to us and they say, yo, I made this much money. And we've kind of talked about this, right? You're making money, it's all well, but how about your clients? Like what are some things you're helping your clients with? Like, how are they feeling about this?
They're absolutely amazing. Like they're the greatest people to work with. Their transformations are pretty amazing too. It's with my program, my standards are very high for them, even probably higher than they have for themselves. When you have anxiety, when you're struggling with panic attacks, when you're dealing with these symptoms, these feelings that are just so overwhelming, it really does hit your confidence. So when I'm telling them, hey, like, where do you want to be? And they tell me, and I say, why not push yourself? Why not here instead? Why not a little bit higher? And, at first they're like, is this even possible? But, joining the program, that's exactly where I get them to. And I'm unrelentless in that. I don't sacrifice anything below. I don't do it. So my biggest thing is really improving their quality of life and getting them back to becoming autonomous in who they are. And I mean, their transformations are absolutely amazing. And it's amazing because when I struggled with it, it was the hardest time of my life. It really was. Yeah. I suffered a lot. And I feel like because of that, I'm naturally sensitive to others that suffer from it. But really what it was is that it was also one of the experiences where I had the most growth in, like mentally, physically, I would even say personally, spiritually too. Seeing these guys go through the same transformation, it's like watching your favorite movie through someone else's eyes. It's like you're seeing it for the first time. Nice. It's really exciting for you. You really feel you're happy for them. They're going through hardships. You're seeing that's part of the growth. And it's one of those experiences where they look back at it and they're like, wow, like I can't believe I came that far. And so it's great. It's these guys, I love them, and they're fond of me, and now it's how many people can we help? How far can we go? So
I mean, that's amazing. That's how I feel a lot. Like that's why I still coach. Like people always ask me, like, if you're making so much money, why are you still doing this? Because I love it. Sorry that I swore here. We got to cut that out. But it's because I love it. Like it makes me hype when I wake up in the morning and stuff like that. Now, for people who say, okay, so for people who are wondering, like, okay, Max's free business mentoring program, etc., how much do they help you and stuff like that? Maybe can you share some of your experience? Like, how much did we help you on your journey to getting to your first 13K now within that 1 month?
Absolutely. So with the program, you'll notice with coaching, with consulting, it's in a certain way, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. There's no real like rules or anything. And really what Freedom Business Mentoring helped me with, it's exactly what you guys talk about. It was positioning. It was presenting a solid offer. It was finding a solid niche. I meet coaches daily now. In fact, I even have coaches in my program, and they're still messing that up. They've been in the coaching consulting niche for a long time, and they're still not having their offer set. Their messaging is off. Their niche isn't even really that niche. And they're this generalist. And so what Freedom Business Mentoring is really good at, I mean, I literally think you guys take people step by step. You guys take them by the hand, and from someone who has no experience, maybe they know what they want to do, maybe they don't, doesn't matter. Analyzing that and really helping them create a solid foundation to get at least your first client, and hopefully making that repeatable. That's where Freedom Business Mentoring is. I see it. I see it a lot. I still see it. I mean, I believed you guys when you said it, but I'm seeing it firsthand. I'm seeing these people that still don't understand niching down, creating a solid offer. And I'll even say this. I'll even go farther in saying this. When I decided to join the anxiety niche, there were other people that were doing what I was doing, way bigger brand, 30,000, 40,000 subscribers. But I even heard them say that they couldn't, this was unsustainable. They still had to get another job because they just weren't making that money. Yeah. And I had a lot of reasons to not join that. A lot of people said, look, man, maybe there's not a lot of money in there. Maybe there's a reason why not a lot of people are focusing on this. But I really thought, I felt like their messaging was off. I felt like their offer was off. And I felt like they were still in the old school model, paying hourly, per session. I don't care about sessions. I care about results. And that's put me in a place that's separated myself where I feel like I've gotten even better client results. And on top of that, I mean, these people, they're loyal. They love me. They're making great results. And I mean, it's just going to be like, it's incredible. The future looks very bright for me. I would say, I mean, I'm very excited for my future. I'm very excited for my client's future. And my prospect will be my client eventually.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited about that as well. So next steps for us together here in this program is obviously to get you to your first 25K a month, and then 50K. We're started on, once we're there, we'll start implementing things like ads. Before that, not even necessary. We'll help you through the entire journey, Shaan. All you have to do is, continue to execute, continue doing a great job as you've done so far. Now, for people who are watching this who are thinking about, maybe I should do it. Maybe they don't even know what exactly it is that they want to be doing. Like, do you have any words for them as we're wrapping up things here?
What I would say is, for anyone who doesn't know, the world is very different now. With the internet, it has really transformed a lot of things. If you want to, we kind of come into this world where you can either have financial freedom, location independence, or, helping people. These things, you can't have all three. We kind of come from a world where you can't be financially free. You can't be location independent and still be helping people. If these are things that you want, it's a very different time now. Those rules, those dichotomies don't exist. You can have all three. And if you can focusing on something like helping people and really focusing on all those things, you'll understand the importance of marketing. You'll understand the importance of sales. You'll understand why you need to learn these skills. And at the end of the day, it's not because, oh, well, I don't want to do good or well. It's not like I want to help people but not get paid for it. You understand they're different sides of the same coin. And at the end result is improving quality of life. It's making your clients' lives better. You'll understand the importance of sales. You'll understand the importance of marketing. You'll understand the role of positioning, niching down. And if you really understand that, you'll understand, look, you got to invest in a mentor. I will tell you this for sure. I would be making zero. I mean, what would have happened was I would have drained my savings. I would have gotten really discouraged. I would have been really upset, internalized this, and ended up looking for another corporate job. Money would have been fine. I could have done it, but I just wouldn't have that satisfaction. I wouldn't have that freedom. And investing in a mentor it's what it is. It's an investment. You're investing in yourself. You're investing for your client. So that's what I would say.
Love it. Those are wonderful words, Shaan. So when you're watching this right now and you say, hey, this sounds really cool. I love the interview. I get very inspired by that. You can literally jump on a free consultation call, either with me directly or with an expert from my team, and we'll also get you started, okay? Now, on that call, we'll basically be developing a step-by-step structure for you, right? To break free from the 9-to-5 BS hamster wheel and get you started as a successful online coach, online service provider, freelancer, and so on and so forth. All you have to do is you click that link down in the description below. Shaan, 1 second. We're gonna wrap things up in a second here. Click that link down in the description below. All you have to do is read what's on that page. Once you get to that link, read what's on that page. At the bottom of that page, you fill out the application, and then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. Call is entirely for free, no international costs whatsoever. Especially important for you if you already have a skill or you kind of have an idea what you want to do with your life and you don't know how you want to monetize that, Rich, just like Shaan didn't know in the beginning how to do it. This call is for you, right? If you're already making money but you want to make it more consistently, you want to scale it up properly, then this call is for you. But also, if you don't know what it is that you could be doing, if you have no idea but you like the idea of being free, making good money and traveling the world as an online coach, then this call is also for you. If the link in the description still works, it means we have spots open. When people watch this more, we usually get like a surge of people who want to get on these free consultation calls. So I recommend you taking action ASAP. All right, and we'll help you out getting started. Again, link down in the description. Maybe talk very, very soon. Shaan, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy. Thanks for sharing your story, and Next year, the only reason why we're doing this on Skype, by the way, is because Shaan couldn't make it down to Europe as of right now, because I'll be traveling when you'll be traveling. So next year we'll invite you to hang with us in Kiev, and then we'll scale you up even more. Looking forward to that, man.
Looking forward to it, man. Super excited. Excited to meet you guys, meet the team, meet everybody.
Epic, man. Epic. Me too. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you very, very soon, and GG.